Well, as we talk about the G7, an unexpected visit from Iran's foreign minister today. It came in the hope of stabilizing the ongoing deadlock between Iran and the United States. Let's bring in Marian Warnick as she's looking at this story for us today. So really a surprise for just about every world leader at the summit today.
Yeah, that's right. And it's being described as a very dramatic move to push forward one of the key diplomatic agendas by the host of the G7 this time around, French President Emmanuel Macron. He's trying to bolster the fraying relationship with Iran, and he did that by bringing in the Iranian foreign minister Javad Zarif to the G7, giving those leaders a very short ahead. Now, we have some pictures to show you here. These were tweeted out by Zarif himself just a short time ago. They were taking out a meeting between him and President Emmanuel Macron on the sidelines of the G7 today. And while Macron's goal here seems to have been to thaw the air with Iran and the world in general, the U.S. in particular, the president has said recently that he would be open to talks with Iran, but today he was giving nothing away.
There are reports that the Iranian foreign minister is coming to Biarritz. Can you confirm that? Is he trying to meet with him?
No comment.
Very tight-lipped response there. For their part, Iranian officials were saying that no talks were scheduled with the U.S. today, either formally or informally during this G7 visit. And of course, this is all happening against a backdrop that is growing more and more tense. Trump has been putting maximum pressure on Iran to start a new negotiation on that nuclear deal that he famously pulled out of last year. Now, that deal, which France, the UK, and Germany are working very hard to salvage, was aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for lifting of heavy international sanctions.
But, you know, as you said right off the bat, this is Macron trying to salvage, make better that deal that essentially many people are saying is falling apart. But a risky move. So was this successful or not?
Yeah, it's hard to say at this point. It's really not clear because we are hearing reports from some U.S. officials saying they felt blindsided by this move, that they were actually furious by the action that Macron took. But we are hearing that Zarif did spend about 3 hours or more meeting on the sidelines of the G7. And Macron is claiming that as a victory of sorts. Here's what he said.
Firstly, no member of G7 wants Iran to never have nuclear arms. Secondly, all G7 members are deeply committed to the stability of the region and therefore don't want to engage in actions that could harm that.
So definitely some movement forward, if not a formal agreement or statement on this. It does seem that he's included and increased discussion on a very important issue, Michael.
Okay, Marian, thank you for that.
You're welcome.